So I've got the final review for the Wellstroke Motion Putting Guide mat from WellPut. And here's the mat itself. I introduced this mat probably a few weeks ago. Finally had a chance to really test it out and really get to learn how I like to use it. So, and I think a lot of it. So here's the review. And here are the indoor putting tees that I got with the mat. These are not mandatory. But I find they really help as, you know, visual feedback, and they're very frustrating too, by the way. So the Motion Putting Guide Wellstroke mat is supposed to do a few things for you. One, it's supposed to train your putter and train you to putt on a proper putting arc. And that's a 12-degree arc, which is used by most putters. I never knew that before. It's supposed to get you hitting center contact on your putter, and it's also supposed to teach you touch and distance control, because on the mat itself are these markings, and you can see, so you line up your putter here, so it teaches you alignment also. You square up your putter here, and then you come back, and here's a line, here's a line, here's a line. So these are called amplitude markings. So this line and this line are about the same distance in front and behind the lineup mark for the putter face. And so you're supposed to train yourself to go back a line and through a line and just get that motion ingrained. And then you go back 2 lines and forward 2 lines, get that motion ingrained, 3 and 3, 4 and 4, 5 and 5. I found the 4 and 5 a little hard to do and stay in any kind of motion. That's just me. I guess I'm kind of a short guy, so it's kind of hard for me to get that type of stroke. I don't know, I couldn't do it real well. And so you get those motions down first, and then you start, and this is before you ever put a ball down. So you get yourself lined up and you start getting your motion back and forth and back and forth. And this thing did wonders for my tempo and for tightening up my stroke. Now, once you put a ball down, you're supposed to go from 1 to 1, 2 to 2, and 3 to 3, finding out your average distance by going to each marker. So if you go 1 to 1, say you do 5 putts, and you have a few outliers, you know you probably added a little bit to the stroke instead of just letting the normal flow go, and on with it going from 2 to 2, 3 to 3, and 4 to 4 putting lines. So it's great to teach you distance control. It taught me great tempo. My stroke got a lot smoother. And once you put these the tees down on a putting green, or you put these little markers down here with these tee gates. So I started out here first, and then I move all the way in. And unless I am super smooth with my stroke, and unless I really keep my hands and wrist out of the stroke, so it's just kind of had to really learn how to grip the club very lightly, and how just to rock back and forth with the shoulders and upper body. And I've never really done that before, at least consistently. And it has done wonders for my putting contact and my feel and my distance, and just the rhythm and tempo of my putting stroke. So I love this thing. I did not know it would do that for my putting. I figured it would teach me to get on an arc and how to kind of hit the ball straight, but the other added benefits of rhythm and tempo and consistency are just off the charts, and I love them. Now, certainly you can learn all these things without a training aid, but if you're in the market for a putter stroke training aid, you need to really give the Wellstroke a look-see. It's around 70 bucks for the mat itself. These studs sold separately, and they're solid steel and heavy, are around 30 bucks. They have a deal right now where you get both of them for 25% off, so it's like 83 bucks for both. It's not cheap, and you don't have to get it. None of this is mandatory, but this just speeds up your progression and your skill development. Like I said, it's not mandatory, but if you're in the market for a putter training aid, you can do a lot worse than the Wellstroke. I highly recommend it. I love it. And that's it, guys.